Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back for another daily dice where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. Keeping in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what does not, knowing that as you interact with the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing, it does allow me an opportunity to directly connect with your energy and get you out more resonant readings. Also, if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all the links down below in the description box. Or you can email me for a personal reading and I'll get you out further information as well as scheduling options. And you can follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio, which is a fun, cool hangout place with yours truly. And I do hope to see you there. Before we get started, I did have a channeled song for you. It was coming through really strong, but it's like, I think it's by Garth Brooks, but it's like, some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Yeah, so it's like, I'm not sure how the rest of it goes, but that was playing over and over and over again in my mind before I even started this. And so that's the thing, like, some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. I'm not sure what that has to do with the reading. However, I would encourage you to check out the lyrics of that song and see if there's something else that might resonate with you from the song itself after watching this reading. Okay, so let's find out. What is today's daily dice? What message would you like us to know? What do you have for my fellow humans today? What is today's daily dice source? So we do have 6th house, Aquarius, and Mars energy. This is so weird. I just want you to know, this is so weird. I had another daily dice that I was just doing, and I got the same dice, except for I got the 9th house instead of the 6th house, which is strange because it's the only numbers on the dice that have the little dot so that you know whether it's 6 or 9. That is such a trip. Okay, so you may need to go and check out that reading, and I'm not sure when it'll be posted. I'm not even sure what I'm going to call it, but you'll know if you watched it. If not, check out the recent daily dice with this one being posted, okay? It'll be around there somewhere. I never know what I'm going to call them until I post them, so... Yeah, okay, so you've been struggling, it feels like, with just daily routines, and your health and your physical fitness is what feels like is coming through here. It's like you've been really trying to find balance so that you could be healthier, so that you can, I keep wanting to say wealthier, but I feel like that's your wealth to you, is your health. Like, if you're struggling or if you're dealing with a lot of pains, it's like the only thing that you want is health, right? And so to you, it's like health is your biggest wealth in your life, and that's what you want in your life, is to be healthy and wealthy. And that's how you are. And so it's like, at least at this moment, it's like been struggling a lot with it, or been struggling a lot with body image, or been struggling a lot with just caring for yourself and your daily routines, right? And this could be struggle because of an animal or a loss of an animal. And, you know, we'll definitely find out some more as we go, but that's something else that is coming in here. It does feel like there's a sense of depression with this 6th house coming in, right? Just feeling like super perfectionist and rigid towards self, and like, well, you should have known better, you should have done better, and realizing that, you know, you need to be compassionate with yourself. That's so important on this journey. You know, we can't be so rigid with ourselves. We can't be so mean and cruel to ourselves, but unfortunately, sometimes we are our worst enemies. But that also is a good thing, because that means that we can also become our best friends, right? So with Aquarius energy here, it's showing me that there's like this weird detachment that you have with yourself. Like, it's like you expect others to hold a high standard as well as yourself, but it's like you're so detached and focused on others right now, and you're wondering why it's not coming through to you. So it's like, if you're trying to lose weight, it's like you're watching everybody else's weight loss success and you're seeing them actually making progress. And maybe you're struggling losing this last 50 pounds, or you're struggling losing this last 10 pounds, or even it could be 5 pounds. It might not even be a huge number, but the number matters. It feels like the number matters to you, what it is, whatever that is, okay? But this is very specific. This feels like a very specific message, okay? And it feels like there's this energy coming in where you are like kind of scattered about it, right? Like feeling impersonal about it. It's like, oh, well, others can do it, so I'm just going to work harder. So it's like, if it's not coming to you, then it's like you're like overworking yourself. Okay, there's like a very aggressive energy here, which we do see with Mars, but it's more than that though. This feels like you're trying to overwork yourself. So it's like, say you're trying to lose 10 pounds and this is the last 10 pounds that you have to lose, and it's like you've been good, you've been consistent, you keep showing up, but now suddenly, because you're so bent on losing these 10 pounds before, say, December, and you're not seeing any progress, so you've been weighing the same weight for like the last 4 or 5 weeks, and you're like, what the heck? Why am I not losing any? So now all of a sudden you're like going crazy with your routine, right? Like going absolutely haywire. So now instead of working out for a half an hour 3 times a week, now you're working out for 2 hours every day, and you're getting exhausted, and it's cruel. Like this feels like cruel to yourself. Like, you know, it's like no pain, no gain. I keep hearing that, but that's not what this is. They're saying that's not what you need. You need to be kind to yourself, because you're going to hit plateaus, and being this ruthless with your body is not going to get you to where you want to be, because you may lose the weight, you may overcome the plateau. However, you're not going to be able to maintain that for long term. And there's going to be a point in time when your body gives out from exhaustion, and in that, you may gain back some of that weight from stress and from beating yourself up and being so mean to yourself. Your body wants to be talked to. Like it wants to hear that you love it. It wants to hear that you appreciate how it's carrying you and how it's taking care of you. And, you know, like it wants to hear good things. When it hears these bad things, like say you eat a cookie and all you do is like, oh, I shouldn't eat that cookie. It's going to go straight to my hips. I'm just a fat whatever and blah, blah, blah. It's like your body doesn't want to hear that stuff, because it doesn't take good to that, right? It stresses out about that stuff, just like you stress out, you know? And so it really takes that to heart. And so here it's saying it's time for you to be kind to yourself. And when you stay true to your journey, that's being a leader, is that even though you're hitting a plateau, you're staying true to your journey. And it might not be weight, but they're not really giving me anything else. I mean, it could be the animals, it could be depression, but the weight thing keeps coming back like full force. And I feel like that's the main example here today, is that it has to do with body image. But if it is depression, the same thing goes, is like, instead of beating yourself up because you're in a place of depression and feeling down and low, not to keep beating yourself up. Like, let yourself experience that pain, let yourself experience that hurt. And then what can you do? One thing today to kind of take yourself out of that. Can you draw? Can you paint? Can you sing? Can you listen to music? Can you take a drive in your car? Like, what can you do to kind of like bring yourself out of that, even if it's just for a few moments? Because then you can realize, okay, this makes me feel better. I can do more of this to make myself feel better. So that way you're not beating yourself up. You're more focused on, what can I do? What action can I take to make myself feel better? Right? And this is going to help you. I do feel like you've been getting some intuitive insight, and you just haven't been clear-minded enough or clear-headed enough to really to embrace that intuitive knowing that's coming through here, okay? I didn't mean to take so much time with the dice, but the message was just so heavy. Like, it's really heavy coming through here. Okay, let's quickly get some messages from the angels and some other oracles. Source, can I please have some messages? I feel like they want 2 of these. You want one more for this reading? Yeah, okay. Okay, so it makes sense as to why you're feeling so upset right now, because you're actually flying really high. And the higher we get vibrational, this feels really weird, but the higher we get vibrational, the more out of place we feel, right? Because the closer to source we are. So it says you're flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend, because others will soon become inspired by your example. So again, that idea, don't give up with what you've been doing, right? Keep going with what you've been doing, because it is making progress. Just maybe you're not seeing it right now. We have Archangel Gabriel. You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. Again, insecurities coming through, like feeling disappointed with where you are. Like we have all this purple coming through with these cards showing that it's like you're getting that intuitive insight, you're getting that download, but maybe right now you're just not ready to hear it or able to hear it because you're being not so nice to yourself on the journey, right? You're doing a good job. I think you need to hear that. Like, you're doing a good job, and you need to give yourself the benefit of the doubt here. You're bringing yourself into a state of freedom, right? You're leaving the old behind. The same thing, like she's going through a doorway here. It's like you're leaving the old behind. And so you're coming into a new place, and maybe you're just, I don't know, like it just feels like I'm ready for it, but I'm not at the same time. That's what it feels like. I kind of like, oh my goodness, like that's scary because I'm not used to this. But it's like, that's the only thing that's constant is change. Look, we have turn knowledge into wisdom, 67. So whatever this is that you're struggling with, this is actually going to be something that you teach to others. Okay, this is going to be something that you help heal others with. Let's get one more of these real quick. Chameleon spirit, act as if. Number 14, 5. That's all about change, right? And this is profound because it's saying whatever it is that you're struggling with right now, to act as if you already have it. And we have some more purple coming in here, right? More purple coming in. So letting spirit give you those downloads is very important here. Look, we have elephant spirit, learning from the past. This may be something that is an old toxic habit that's holding on that you're trying to let go of, right? You're trying to let go of, and sometimes they come back full force. Woo! Those old habits, they'll come back and they'll be like, oh no, we can't let this go. And you'll find yourself being in an old habit, and then that's where the knowledge comes from, is being aware of that. Okay? Yeah, we have Aries energy here. Independence, bravery, and passion. So you're learning to be independent from this old patterns that you have, and also taking a chance on yourself and loving yourself and being there for you. Whoa, okay, thank you. That was crazy. And then we have Uranus here. Yeah, radically changed. That makes so much sense. Okay, yeah, so there's just a big change that's happening right now. And right now it's like the emotional ego. We never get rid of ego fully. So that's something that we'll always deal with, okay? Like that no matter what. And we don't want to get rid of ego because it's what makes us individual in a way, right? But you have this energy right now where it's like you're fighting. And that's why I was saying, like, some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. It feels like whatever you're fighting with, it seems like an unanswered prayer, right? But it's not. It's just taking longer to come than what you had imagined. And so it's like Source is saying things are going to change, but don't beat yourself up. Let us keep leading you on this journey. Let us keep giving you insight, because once we get there, it was 13:13 on the clock. Once we get there, you're going to see why it took so long to get there, okay? But yeah, it does feel like there's a sense of negativity coming in with the dice here, and Source is trying to help you lift your vibration here. So what's one thing that you can do today that's going to make you feel good? That's the important thing here, is to feel good, okay? So if you feel like this is your message, leave a little, I don't know, leave a wolf down below in the comments and say, I'm calling in this higher change, and leave me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, though, and get on out of here. I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel Source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. I'm sending you out a big, energetic hug. Know that I love you. And with that being said, until next time, stay human. Bye.